Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 5 Year Career Podcast. What if I told you that most real estate agents don't fail because they're bad at sales? They fail because they never learn how real estate actually works as a business. What if the difference between struggling for 30 or 40 years or building a career that pays you for life in just five wasn't talent, wasn't hustle, and wasn't luck, but insider information that you're allowed to use, yet no one ever shows you? That's right, insider information that's both legal, moral, and ethical. Because here's the truth that most agents don't want to hear, right? If you're still trading time for a commission, you don't own a business, you own a job with no benefits. And today we're pulling back the curtain on this very topic. And this is why top agents, they get this. Top agents understand something early in their career. They understand that most agents never do the following, because they know that they're not in the real estate sales business. They're in the lead ownership, leverage, and business building business. See, top producers don't chase deals. Deals chase them. They don't rely on platforms that they don't own. They don't confuse being busy with being profitable. They understand how money flows, how time compounds, how systems scale, and how real estate owners get rewarded, not just producers. So that's why top agents take more, make more, work less, build careers that don't collapse the moment they stop showing homes. Did you know that the majority of licensed real estate agents earn less than $50,000 a year, yet work more hours than most salaried professionals? Did you know that most agents never make it past 5 years? Not because they can't sell homes, but because they never build a business that feeds them leads consistently. And here's the kicker. Did you know that almost everything holding agents back is fixable once they understand how pro real estate really works? Welcome to another live episode of the 5 Year Career, our podcast that we host every Friday. Today, our topic is insider information you're allowed to use and how pro real estate really works. Welcome to this episode of the 5 Year Career Podcast. So imagine, if you can, starting a real estate business that creates a quality, consistent, exclusive leads and allows you to build a business that in 5 short years pays you abundantly for the rest of your life. And it sounds like hype, but it's true. Welcome to the 5 Year Career Podcast, a virtual seminar in every episode. So 5 years to financial freedom. It all starts with leads, just like any business. By the way, visit us at youtube.com/the @5 Year Career. After all, isn't that what we want? A 5 year career? Today, we're going to cover this and a lot more. And here's the thing. First of all, I want to introduce myself. My name is Eric Wilner, the automatic landlord, host of America's longest running daily radio show about real estate, also the author of the book, The Automatic Landlord. And I'm also assisted by my partner who's out on assignment today, often called a fanatical marketer. Skip is a serial entrepreneur, founder of $2 billion companies, and now spends his time training real estate agents nationwide on how to build scalable businesses, not commission only careers. And that's why we got together in this project. And here's why this theme is so critical. Okay, let's talk about why today's theme is absolutely critical. Number one, agents are leaving massive amounts of money on the table because they don't understand how to apply insider knowledge about leads, leverage, and ownership. Number two, most agents have no idea how business or cash flow quadrants really work. Now, we talked about the cash flow quadrants in a previous episode, and I highly recommend you read the book, The Cash Flow Quadrants by Robert Kiyosaki. But most agents have no idea how business or cash flow quadrants work, meaning they don't know the difference between being self-employed and owning a business, being an employee or being an investor. They confuse transactions with transformation. They confuse closings with careers, and they confuse income with wealth. So, reason number four, by the way, is that they never design an exit strategy. Think about that, which means burnout usually becomes inevitable. Most real estate agents don't retire, they just fade away. And so let's talk about some old beliefs that really don't work anymore. Let's expose some outdated thinking, right? Have you heard people say, if I just sell more houses, everything will work out? I just need to know how to sell more houses. Well, we're going to talk about that. Or people say, my brokerage will provide my leads. Or people don't even say that, but they believe they will, only to sit there waiting and waiting and waiting. Some people say, I just need to grind harder, or I'll figure it out later as I go. And these beliefs don't work. Maybe they worked 20 years ago, but today they keep agents trapped in cycles of feast and famine, up and down, good markets, bad markets, great sales years, bad sales years, exhaustion, and then uncertainty. We coached an agent, let's call her name Lisa, to protect the innocent. Lisa was smart. Lisa was motivated. Lisa hustled nonstop. She closed deals, but every year she felt like she was hitting the restart button and starting all over. She had no systems. She had no lead ownership, and she had no predictability. And then when the market shifted, the market she was doing, her income collapsed, not because she wasn't good, but because she was operating with old information in a new market, in a new world. So enter the 5-year career solution. Here's the 5-year career approach. Stop chasing transactions. Start building infrastructure. You got to focus on owning your own leads. Buying leads from lead providers often results in you competing because they sold the same leads over and over. It's about creating and focusing on creating predictable pipelines. And if you don't know or have a pipeline right now, why not? Right? This is a business. Every business lives and dies on whether it has a good pipeline of new clients and repeat clients. You want to leverage systems and automation. In today's world, it's speed to lead, it's about volume and scalability. And then finally, you got to focus on thinking like a business owner, not a salesperson. You got to think about working on your business just as much as you work inside your business. So let's talk about a couple of things that you could do, right? Design your business around lead ownership, not dependency. So if you own your lead source, if you are the lead source, that creates independence. Number two, build systems that work even when you're not working. Remember, stop trading hours for commissions or for dollars. Stop trading your hours, because that's not a business. You see a business owner that owns a business or runs a business, they can step away. Their managers run it, their employees run it, even when they're not there. That's a real business. A business is nothing more than a system, right? A system or a process that delivers a desired outcome, which is a solution to somebody else's problems. Number three, track lifetime client value. Most people never think about what the lifetime value of a client could be, not just the first commission check and then you're off to the next one. That's why people feel like they're starting over every single year. And then create income paths. Notice plural, income paths beyond the next closing. Let me tell you a better story, right? Let's contrast this with Mark, another agent. Mark adopted the 5-year career framework. He focused on exclusive leads, systems, and follow-up, right? The fortunes are in the follow-up. And within, a short period of time, his income stabilized, his stress dropped, his business became predictable, and then he knew how to operate a business. And this wasn't working harder. This was working smarter. So what if this time you built your career on purpose? What if 5 years from now, you weren't hoping for the next deal, but running a business that feeds you consistently? What if this actually worked? So I want to offer you a special report just for you, insider information tools that you can use in real estate. All you got to do to get that report is text the word insider to 561-861-2366. Text Insider to 561-861-2366. Inside that report, you're going to learn how to generate exclusive leads, build leverage, escape the transaction treadmill, and then you're going to see a whole new light on this business. So, first of all, I want to thank all of our listeners for today for coming and checking out our podcast. Tell a friend. Also, thank you for joining us on the 5-Year Career Podcast every Friday. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe right down here below, rate and leave a review. It helps more agents find this information. And let me tell you, agents need this information. Follow us on YouTube for behind the scenes content and upcoming episodes at 5-Year Career. That's right, the @ 5-Year Career inside of YouTube. Or if you want to go straight there, just type youtube.com/@ 5-Year Career. Remember, don't just listen to this podcast. Use this information to build your 5-year career. Until next time, 5 years to financial freedom. It all starts with leads, ladies and gentlemen. Take care. Happy listening. And let's go sell a lot of homes.